Hi, this is Tweek. Have you got recycled bottles laying around your house? Well, we do. And before I go to the recycler, I thought I could tweak these and turn them into something a little more fun and useful. So join me while today we make Drippys. It'll be a lot of fun. I call these a Drippy, and what it is, it's a recycled bottle you take the label off of, and you take off the lid, and you, using a push pin, poke holes into the lid. So when you fill the bottle with water, put the lid back on, you turn this over gently into a plant, into the soil. Could be a house plant, could be a deck plant, and the water gradually drips through, giving the plant a nice source, but not too much watering, and giving you a little less worry as to how your plants are watered. Online, you might see them as a do-it-yourself water dripping system. That's fine, but I don't want just a plain bottle. I want to look at something that's a little fancier, that reflects me, my environment. So I scoured through my home and I found bits and pieces of craft things. It could be felt, it could be pom-poms, it could be stick-on hearts, it could even be hair ties. There's all different things you can use because we're going to decorate this and make this our own. You have your bottle, you have the label removed, it's empty. And you take the lid off, and we're going to poke holes into this lid with a push pin. I want 4 or 5 holes, maybe 6, to be poked into this lid so that the water will drain out. So I'm going to go right for the center and just push. It's that easy. Pull it out. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3. You know, if you did this with somebody else, you could decide, have a little contest of who pushes the pin in the fastest. So I've got, as you can see, let's throw one more in there. Next step. Now we're going to decorate this. There's several ways to decorate this. I went through my house and picked up every little scrap of crafty things I could find. Things can be added to the bottle. You can decorate it in any way that you want to. I'll give you a few quick examples. You don't even need a glue gun if you don't wish to use a glue gun. I took this piece of fabric that I had kicking around and I measured it to the length of the bottle. You want to leave a little room at the top because when you stick this into the plant soil, it's going to go down, probably the lid will be immersed in the soil so that the water can drain out. So I'm going to take this piece of fabric that fits the bottle. That right there could be it, but it's got to stay on. So I'm going to take some hair ties. Now look at this. You don't wear ponytails or pigtails anymore? Colorful. Look at, very, very simple, very cute. Embellish it however you want. No glue required. Fill it with water, stick in the plant, you're done. I want to take it a step further. So I'm going to create something like this. And this is just a little cuter. I took a sock and placed it over the bottle and then decorated it. It's a little hard to decorate the bottles because they're wobbly, tipsy. So I use an egg carton. I can set this into the egg carton and it sits there while I work on it. So that's a cute little tip. I found some socks I no longer use. This part here, we don't need the glue gun yet, but what we're going to do is measure right about, you can see where the sock would sit on the bottle. So it leaves this much from the heel on up to play with as far as making her little ears. I call them ears. So that's what we'll do. We'll put the sock on the bottle and we'll pull down and leave a few inches from the bottom. See where the heel is? Up towards the top? The heel ends up being at the back. So what I did was very, very simple. You just flatten out the back of the sock best you can. And you can see the seam kind of runs up the center to keep it from unrolling. And there is some fabric here, but watch your fingers because the glue is hot. And I'm just going to roll this up like you're rolling up a cake roll. I like cake rolls. And you get this far, and you see? And there's some extra in the back. And I just tuck that in, and I'm going to lay down a bunch of glue. And I'm going to just press really hard and hold that into place for a minute. You can see how she's getting a funky little hairdo here going. I'm going to add a little more to the back to make sure it stays. And as that dries, we have the base for our wacky little Drippy. Now let's put on her face. Here's another idea. I showed you a really easy one, didn't even have to use any glue. I showed you a cute one with a sock. Now I'm going to show you one with felt, and we're on more of a sports theme. I've got a nephew who really likes a certain team out in New England. We won't talk about that, but let's make him something for his houseplant in his workplace. We're going to take felt, then measured. You can see the length of the bottle. I want you to leave just a couple inches. If this felt gets wet, it's fine, it'll dry out. If it gets dirty, just brush it off, that's what's nice. If you used a paper, it would probably get ruined. So stick with fabrics and stick with felt, whatever you got kicking around the house, as long as it's fabric. But let's just go ahead and lay down a line of glue. You're not coming all the way to the top of the bottle, but you want to make sure you stay a few inches away from the nozzle down there. So I'm going to measure, give an eyeball, and bring up the fabric and let it stick. How cute is that? That would be cute for any sports team. Here's another idea for a Drippy. It's a rabbit. I like rabbits. So let's go ahead and make him. I'm using a sock. These are all household things. Some felt, some ribbon, some googly eyes, some kind of sponge, and let's go. So we began with the idea of taking a bottle, poking some holes into the top, filling it with water, and then turning it upside down into your plant. If you poked 5 or 6 holes into the lid, you're going to get probably 2, maybe 3 days worth of dripping into the plant. Plant will love it. This was a very simple one. This one had no glue whatsoever. And look at some of the other ones I made. Just use whatever you got kicking around. These are old beads. I did some old earrings. Go through your jewelry boxes, look for felt, look for old socks. I showed you some of the socks that we did. These were socks I had kicking around in the drawer. I made kitties, and I'm not sure what they are, but they're very cute. And I also just used simple, sparkly, if you want just something, a little pop of color in your plants. This was some felt with some mesh over it and a little bit of sparkle. And let's see, you saw the rabbit that we made, very cute. This was a holiday thing, Christmas time. Your poinsettia is going to need some water too. This was anything for a little girl might like that one. I used a heavy sock to create this kitty cat. She's a little strange, but she still does the job. She still drips water into your plant. The one for sports, this is a frog for a little kid. I know a little kid that likes frogs. This was a very strange bee. This is like a 3D one. Well, I don't know about any of you, but I think this one is so cute. It's a little kitty with a mouse. Uh-oh. No. This is a Drippy, not a kitty for you to eat. Settle down. Sit. Okay. Good boy. You gonna be good? Yes? Okay. Shake on it. Okay, thank you. Good dog. All right. So if you like what you've seen here today, subscribe to our channel, give us a like, and leave us a comment. I'd like to know if your plants are as happy about your Drippies as you are. And what do we say next? No, Katie, no. We say...
See you next time.